Marriage is at an all-time low in the African-American community. Internet and social media are flooded with bashing coming from both sides. What is the origin of the animosity between men and women in our communities?
Marriage at all-time low, bashing both sides in the community. Yeah, let's tackle marriage first, maybe. Let's talk about marriage. Oh, marriage to me is a sacred union. Somehow, we lost the sacredness of it. Divorce rate is very high, marriage rate is very low. I think one of the things that also impacts the low rate of marriage is women going out to work, no longer solely depending on a man to take care of them. And in the Black community, Black women have been empowered and Black men have been disempowered. That's very, very heavy. I want to pause just a little bit here to talk about Black males. I have such compassion for Black males in the United States of America. And I can only talk about the place where I live. The constant beating, not just physically. It's very painful. And what we do is we blame the victim. We look at Black males and we say, get a job. Look at the unemployment rate for Black males. Look at the high incarceration rate for Black males. It's not unintentional. There are forces that are designed to keep Black males down. There are forces. I was a social worker. I'm still a social worker, but way back in my early years, I was in the foster care system. And they had a rule called a man in a house rule, where a woman and her children, or a woman alone, could not have an adult male living in the house. If an adult male was found in that home, you risked losing your benefits or eviction. Think about that. You're separating a family. The theory was that, men are supposed to work and provide for their families. Where are the jobs? And if a man didn't have a job, you couldn't. So I remember we would do inspection, and the women would come and they would hide the men's shoes, hide the clothes. And the social worker would probe the kids, try to go on a slick flyaway, try to find out if a man was living in. Insanity. It starts, I look at everything, what we live is a microcosm of a larger society and a larger universe. Nothing happens in isolation. I'm thinking about the war on drugs, which really devastated Black communities, devastated inner city communities. Intentional. Ronald Reagan turned his head when drugs were flooded into the Black community. The CIA in 1998 admitted that it turned its head when inner cities were flooded with crack cocaine. Think about that rule that if a person possessed 5 grams of crack cocaine, they got an automatic 5 years in prison. Whereas if you possessed 500 grams of powder cocaine, you got the same sentence. Think about that for a minute. How many people are locked up, incarcerated for possession, trying to feed family? I'm not justifying drugs, absolutely, but never do that. But you gotta go beyond that individual person you're looking at. And then what happens is, as women, Black women, we've been empowered. So now we're looking down on Black men. We talk about the system trying to keep a Black man down. But what do we do to them as well? When they walk home, what do we do to Black men? Browbeat them. Some of them may deserve it. But think about that. You can't have it both ways. We have to lift each other up. All this bashing back and forth is because you're not looking at yourself. Fix yourself first.